James Charles finally addresses some of the issues with his brand Painted. Let's talk about it. Okay, I finally got the Painted shade Ghosted, and I'm gonna try it. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the drama with James Charles. I got Ghosted, which is the white. I'm gonna use it here, you know, the triangle gig, and I'm gonna see how that works out for me. I'm really excited to try it. Okay, a lot of people have been saying that they have not been receiving, people are saying slow shipping. James Charles actually responded to that. We're gonna be talking about his response and what people have been saying. Also, I do find it very interesting that his fake friend, Marlena Stell, that he went to her wedding and she has yet to review his brand Painted. Now, when she went to the Streamies Award, her makeup artist did post a picture of her and everything she wore, but Michaela never posted that picture or even talked about it. I find that to be so fake. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, James Charles be having some fake friend. All right, so let's begin. So I'm gonna just get some of it here. I'm putting it in my hand. My goal of this video is I'm gonna be talking to you about the James Charles drama as I put this stuff on. So I give you a real review. Wait, that's not the brush I want to use. We're gonna use Lorella brush right here. That's the goal of the video. Like, that's the vibe I want to give off. Okay, so I already prepped and primed my face. I'm gonna go in with Ghosted by James Charles here. Here we go. I'm gonna get some of it on my. Now I've been doing this little clown gig here for I would say over 10 years, but ask me tomorrow and I'll say 15 years. Hold on, it's going on really smooth. I don't usually use a paint like this to do the triangles. I mainly use like a concealer to do it, but sometimes I have before used it. You know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, this is, I mean, if you're like really into makeup, you know what this is. The full coverage MAC foundation. This is in shade white. You can only get this at the MAC Pro store or online. But it's like a cream consistency. It kind of feels like that, but in a liquid form. But what I'm most interested to know about is the dry down and if it cracks a little bit. We'll see, we'll find out. Well, we will find out. Now, the one that doesn't crack, that I use the Danessa Myricks paint, that one, that was, oh my God, it felt like it wasn't going nowhere. That did not crack. It stayed on. I was shook. I was like, this is too much. This is like if I'm gonna be in makeup for 18 hours straight. Yeah, I'm only in makeup for about 4 hours, if that. Okay, so we're gonna see how this goes. So anyways, there is this person online who works, I believe, at Ulta, who made a complaint about James Charles. Here we go, roll it.
Purchased the day that the launch, the initial launch, which was August 7th, is when I placed my order. I literally went on my break. I'm an Ulta employee. I went on my break and I paid my $85 out of my own pocket. And I don't come from money. I paid my $85 to get the product. That's not none of James's business. That's my own. I choose to spend my money how I want to spend my money. But that's besides the point. So we wait. Now, mind you, I'm in the comments of James's post telling people give him some time. It's a new company. It's a new business. Whatever. Okay? So I'm in the comments defending James like he's a new business owner. Leave him alone. Stop being shady. Stop being hateful. Okay? That's just me. I understand business. I get it. Haven't received my product yet still. And this is what I get. I posted on my story tagging James and the brand, and I wanted to know what was going on with my product. James sees it, doesn't respond. So finally, I posted this on my story. James, not even a simple response. I waited 4 years for this. To which he finally responded. And I also tagged him in a post that was talking about, did I follow the procedures of emailing them first, which I did. Because it says right here, thanks for contacting us. We will get back to you as soon as possible. So I did everything I was supposed to do. Which James responded, hello, can you please send me your order number? And I said yes, because I'm not getting dragged by his fans because I'm posting about it on my page. Because I want to know, where's my product? To which you then could see, I did go ahead and send him my order number. I'm not going to put it on here because that's nobody's business. It's my personal information on there. But I did go ahead and send that right away. To which I was then responding to, looking into it. I said, thank you, I appreciate it. Trying not to go just excited. I've been excited. I love James. I love his palette. I still have all his James Charles palettes. They're really, really good for drag queens like myself. I'm a drag artist. That's the reason why I got these products. They're perfect for drag queens. But I got this comment that when I responded to James, saying thank you, I got no response, which is cool. Do your thing. Do your thing. Seconds after I messaged back to James about what was going on, I then all of a sudden get this email. To which I then get this email of saying, please note orders placed during the painted launch may take up to 7 days to dispatch due to increase of demand, which is cool. We were told that we were going to get we should have shipment by Saturday of last week. That's what I was told by James on his Instagram story. It's now August 27th. Sorry, 25th. But girl, where's the product?
Okay, so honestly, I'm gonna say this, right? I understand that there's a lot of people out there who don't like James Charles. I get that 100%, okay? There's no doubt about it. There's people who just don't like him, right? But with that being said, you can separate the art from the artist if you want to, if you even want to say that. You know, there's a lot of people who don't like a lot of creators out there, but they like their fashion or they like their makeup or their fragrances or things of that nature, right? If a product is good, it's good. And I'm not here to bash Miss James Charles products or anything like that. In fact, I want to try it out and see if it's worth the hype. I like reviewing makeup. I like seeing if it works. I am honestly shocked the amount of people, a lot of like his friends, I haven't seen review it. And I thought that they would. Like, I mean, he went to Tana Mojo's house, gave her makeup. She's yet to even do a video about it. Instead, she went to the red carpet and basically was talking down about James. Like, does James Charles not see that? So anyways, to the video that I just played for you, James Charles did respond. And here's what he had to say in that. Totally understand you being annoyed. I would be too. Sad crying face emoji. We weren't expecting this big of a launch, but no excuses. Your order has been shipped out. So that's him addressing it right there. And I know he's addressing it, it's like a micro response as opposed to putting out, I don't know, like a Snapchat or Instagram story and saying, hey guys, I've been seeing a lot of you saying, or I've been seeing a few of you, I've been seeing some of you when I'm saying that their orders haven't shipped yet. I just want to address it and say, you know, blah, 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 XYZ, it's my first launch, whatever, right? He hasn't said anything like that. What he's doing is those who are barking the loudest, then he is addressing it to them specifically. I will say this, whether the fact that he's addressing it in a big platform like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or addressing it to the person directly, individually, because if Jaclyn Hill would have done stuff like that back in the day, it probably would have saved her a lot of the drama she's going through today. You know, with her lipsticks and stuff like that, if she was, you know, to address it right away. If you look at the trend, whether it be Patrick Starr, James Charles, they often address issues with their brand like immediately, you know. Maybe they wait a few hours but they always seem to address it very, very, very quickly. With that being said, I think that a lot of people can take note about it. They're not just people who are hating or anything like that. It's a cause for concern. So I do find that interesting, and I do applaud it that at least he's answering them, because he could easily be like, whatever, I'm not answering. Who are you? I'm not gonna answer that, whatever. You just hate her. But he didn't, so I think that was great. Okay, now the next drama is there was this girl who was reviewing his paints, and she had some issues with it. Here we go, roll it.
I'm just getting ready to post a positive review on these. It's been 2 hours since I filmed and applied this. Look what's happening. Did I do something wrong? I mean, I'm not even like that oily. But what the heck? All I did was use cold brew on the lids. Everything blended out fine. Really nice, not patchy. And then I did a wing liner with ink. But yeah, it's just coming right off. I didn't even do anything crazy. I've only been indoors. It's like melting off. I think this is like my first negative review. I hate being the bad guy, but I spent money on the whole kit, dude.
So, you know, to save it, she puts on setting spray, and here's what she had to say on TikTok. Here we go.
Definitely apply again with some setting spray at the end. I also had somebody ask if they could see me using these, so I'm going to do exactly everything I did, just obviously add a setting spray at the end. Before I start, this product was advertised to not budge, and there was no mention of a setting spray, so I don't know if it's just me. I just don't really think that we should have to rely on another product, let alone another brand's product, for this one to do what it says it's supposed to do. And if anybody thinks I am trying to spread hate, that is not the case. I literally applied to be a part of this campaign. So I also watch his videos every Friday. Now just taking the tiniest bit of ink, you don't need a lot, and a little angled brush. I like to keep my liner pretty thin and my wing pretty small. And everything is above the lash line. There's nothing in the waterline. I also don't have watery eyes. Then remove the tape. Add some setting spray this time. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. And I'm just gonna do my usual amount. Okay, no more, no less. It is 4:47, so I'm gonna let this sit for a few hours. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna chill on the couch probably. So I'll come back and we'll do the same exact test and see what happens. It's now 7:09, so it's been a little bit over 2 hours. My hands are completely clean, so let's see. Not as bad, but still smudging. Dang it. I had high hopes. It looked pretty set. Okay, well, I've tried the setting spray, so make this make sense. It's almost like I wonder if there's areas that didn't get setting spray, like maybe under the lower lashes, if that's what's smudging. So like literally the whole thing has to be coated in setting spray to not budge, but yeah, I don't know. This probably isn't for me, at least the eyeliner.
Well, you already know, James Charles had to respond back to that, of course, which I like that he's doing that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on it. I'm glad he did that. I'm just being facetious at this point. But anyways, the fact that he did that, I think was great, that he is addressing people. Well, let me read you what it is that he said, okay? Let me hold on. Let me take a break real quick because I want to give you guys an update on how this is looking. Okay, so I put this on. Now, this side, I know I look crazy right now. Okay, this side, it's doing what it said it was gonna do. It's still a little bit wet, so I gotta let it dry down a little bit. But so far it's on. It looks like something. Like we're getting there, okay? I don't wanna say like how I feel about it just yet. So I wanna actually let it dry down. I wanna give it a chance and things of that nature. Okay, anyways, back to what I was gonna say. Let me read you what James Charles had to say. So James Charles said, "Wow, I haven't had this happen before. Going to look into this. I'm sorry you had this experience. Hopefully you like the other color." Okay, great. He's responding to the drama. All right. Well, what I also find very peculiar, right, is there have been some people who were saying things about, like the formula of the brand and how things are just not working for them and things of that nature. And I've seen several videos about that, right? Well, it's no secret that him and Marlena Stell had drama in the past. Now, for those who don't know, Marlena Stell was the CEO of Makeup Geek. I think she develops cosmetics and she knows a lot about formula and things of that nature. Well, when those videos started popping up about people complaining about James' formula and how it was doing this and that, well, Marlena Stell had something to say. And Marlena and James, they've had some, a few words in the past. I wouldn't say they're the best of friends, but they've had some public disagreements on some things, okay? Well, all that to say this, Marlena had something to say, and I find that so interesting. So let me show you what she had to say. So Marlena Stell wrote, "The lab making those are known for having issues, and the formula is off." And again, oh my God, hear me out. This is another instance where Marlena is saying, again, the lab is known for having issues and the formula is because she said this before about Jaclyn Hill and the lipsticks, right?
Turns out now we know it's because Linda from Morphe was going to help Jaclyn to launch Jaclyn Cosmetics, that Morphe ended up paying for the lipsticks to be produced. We found out that information in the court documents when Morphe declared bankruptcy. So that is why Linda and Jaclyn were at Prisha together. I hope I don't take you too far out, but this is really relevant right now in this part of the story. So Jaclyn says on the Reddit post, "I didn't end up using the lab you thought I used. I told Jaclyn about Prisha." That was where Jaclyn originally started getting her lipsticks made. But in Jaclyn's My Lipsticks video, she said that after production had started at one lab, she had to move her lipstick production to a different lab.
And because my brand has been pushed back so many times, I actually already went through the same situation with a different lab several years ago. I went into mass production, ended up having an issue while in mass production, and then didn't launch my brand and had to go to a whole new lab because I didn't want those issues to happen again. So I canceled them and went somewhere else.
The original lab was Prisha. The second second lab was oxygen development.
And so now, me just satire and comedy, I'm thinking like, you know what? I bet. I'm gonna start saying that too. Like when something doesn't work for, the lab is known for having issues, and the formula is I just find it hilarious. Okay. Anyway, so that's what she said. Okay, and then followed by the isoducane. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Is way too high, and there's not enough silicones to balance out the formula. Can see the cracking from a mile away. You did a thorough review. No, that's what Marlena Stell said. So basically, Marlena is calling it out, right? She's like, oh yeah, you can see the crack in the house, girl. It's cracking. When she said that there's not enough silicone in it, I was like, oh. Because the silicone makes it like slippy, slidey, that type of consistency. But then too much of it can ruin it, right? That's one thing I don't like about some primers is the too much silicone in it. Okay, so is Marlena telling the truth? Maybe. But, James has yet to say anything about it. But then again, Jaclyn Hill did say, like last week, the lab that I used wasn't the one Marlena said I used. So there's that too. So, I'm not saying she's wrong right? I'm just calling it out. Jaclyn Hill said this, she's saying that, and so we'll see. Okay. Do I think that Marlena knows what she's talking about? Yeah, I think that she is onto something. Okay, so I have this on right now. This is my review. Silent! All right, let me see. I want to first of all, I was digging through my makeup drawer. I found the Milani Tank Liner. Guys, this has to be one of the best liners I've ever used, but I don't really like using it. I know, it sounds weird, right? It advertises like 18-hour, 24-hour, 36-hour wear, some crazy amount of wear that it'll last you. There's a lot of paint in here is what they're trying to say. So I really like this one because of that, but I'll say why I don't like it. I'm not in makeup long enough to care if something is gonna be, 16, 18, 36 hours, something like that, right? When I wash this off, the black stains. Like I have to not stain, it's stuck on there. I have to wash it, and then it finally comes off. So I like ones that are the cheapy ones. I can just wipe off and they're done, one and done, right? But if I'm gonna be doing a meet and greet or something for TV and film, I'm gonna be making it for a long time, I'm gonna need it to stay. So I'm gonna recommend this to you guys. I'm gonna try to link it down here if you guys wanna check it out. Okay, also foundation is also Milani. I'll link that as well down in the comments down below. Okay, so here's the James Charles paints. I have that on. Let me put on, I'm just gonna slap on some lashes, and I'm literally gonna just slap them on right here. And I'm just gonna throw them on just to give you the full effect, whether it be wonky and all. Oh, fell off. I'm gonna use Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, and this is shade Catwalking. Here you go. It's just very subtle, check it out. Okay, and I'm gonna link that as well down below in the YouTube shop. Okay, so check this out. Oh, there's my eyelash. That's how I know the drama is good, because of eyelash. Okay, so I've been in makeup, I put it on. This is how I would normally do it. I really didn't do anything differently. So on camera, it looks good. I think I'm camera ready. But let's talk about up close what I see and what I would fix with it. Okay. So do I see cracking? Here we go. Up in this gig, yeah, but I can fix it. Now, I'm not trying to defend James Charles. He can defend himself. Here we go. I'm just gonna get a little setting powder. This is the Hermes one. It is super expensive. Please do not buy it. There are setting powders that are way better than this one. Way better. And this is not it. But I bought it for pure vanity. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to try to put some setting powder on it. So I can fill in some of that, a little bit of cracking there. Now, can I see the cracking a mile away? I don't think so. I'm a little mile away. But yeah, there is cracking. I'm not going to lie there. But honestly, I don't think that this was meant to be all over the face, though. Like that. Now, me using the setting powders, you know, I think most people would put setting powder over it anyway. At least the way I'm using it. Okay, that lash today, she did not want to cooperate, which is good anyway, because I'm gonna try to put a whole bunch on here. Okay. The setting powder did fix it a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. I think for camera, at least for this camera, it's okay. Would I use this for a meet and greet in person? No. I actually know something that's I would say shook. Recommendations. If you are going to be using this white paint, like the way I'm using it, I would recommend Danessa Myricks white paint. That one, I'm telling you, it was just like painted on so well. I want to give this the benefit of the doubt, but if you guys remember, James Charles went to the lab because he said that he wasn't up to his recommendations, so he went to the lab. So I got a little bit more white paint, and so I'm thinking, well, if you went to the lab and you fixed some of the cracking or whatever, then this shouldn't be happening, you know? But then again, I have to be excluded from all that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm not, and yes, I'm putting more over the powder. Because I'm not the regular customer that would be using James Charles painted. And I'm gonna tell you why. Not many people are gonna be using James Charles painted, paint white triangles on over their eye. They're just not gonna do that. Now here's what I have to say. Here's the redeeming factor right here. If I put a lot of product on, a generous amount, I'm gonna use the word a generous amount, look at that. When I do apply a generous amount on, yeah, the cracking is gone. That I can see right now, at least. But I would have to use a lot. So, I would find myself going through the tube very quickly and me having to buy more. Which is a great problem to have for the brand, because then they're going to make more money because people are buying a lot of it. If you're, for the typical person who's just going to use, especially the white, to do like a little wing liner or something, I think they're going to be fine. Okay. But I would say if you're afraid of cracking, this is just me. If you are afraid of the cracking, just put more on. And I know that's crazy, right? Once wasn't enough. One should have been enough. All that stuff like that. Okay. But you know, I'm not hating on it. So there it is. That's the latest drama with James Charles and the people who are supporting it. Because I am really shocked that, you know, I've seen more drama channels support it, more commentary channels review it, than his actual people who he's like hung out with. You know? That's so interesting. I got no skin in this game. I got no horse in this race or anything like that. Best of luck if he sells out. But it's just very interesting, the fact that Michaela Negura still does not want to support James Charles in the whole video. I haven't seen Jaclyn Hill support it either. I haven't seen her sit down and do a review. Haven't seen Tati Westbrook sit down and do a review, or Jeffree Star. So we'll see if anyone else does. Any, you know, and that's so interesting. I think there was a picture. You know what? I'll say that for another video. I got receipts from Hair of the Moon. Anyways, let me know what you think about that drama in the comments down below. This is it. James Charles painted in shade Ghosted. We also did one earlier I think last month we did the blue shade, so you can check that out on my channel. And so yeah. Alright, let me know what you think about all that in the comments down below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, I love you so much.